Today, we share the 4 design flaws that may sink your boat. After losing our Leopard 50, we stopped trusting brochures and started trusting experience. With over 60,000 nautical miles, brutal storms, and one failure that nearly cost us everything, we discovered these same flaws are built into many of the world's biggest brands. Miss even one, and you could lose your boat or your life. Watch this before you sail again. So, kick off your shoes and come barefoot with us. After losing our Leopard 50 to fire, we did something most people never do. We stopped trusting brochures. And we wrote a brutal, honest list of what a real liveaboard cruising boat really needs.
These requirements aren't theory. They're forged in 50 years of my sailing experience and over 60,000 nautical miles of sailing across nearly all the oceans in the world. So my sailing in the early days was before YouTube. I sailed a 23-foot monohull solo around Scotland in midwinter. I sailed a 25-foot monohull around the whole of England and up to Scotland double-handed, and we've crossed oceans with toddlers and with teenagers.
Yikes.
I've raced monohulls the full length of Australia from the Solomons to Tasmania, and in that process I learned how hard you can actually push boats.
We've been through storms with over 10-metre seas, lived through cyclones, hit reefs, we've had several sinking experiences, and still go back for more. What is wrong with us?
And here's the truth that most people don't realise. There are 4 design flaws that make many boats unsafe, and these are scarily frequent in production boats.
Yeah, and we discovered one of them in a sailing disaster, and it shocked us.
We were cruising tropical waters. A storm was forecast with a northerly gale, and we went into a protected anchorage, protected from the north, but when the storm actually came, it hit us from the west. So we then dragged, hit a reef, and were holed. It was really the scariest time of our life because there was the risk we could lose the whole boat. The really annoying thing was as soon as the water splashed in the bilge up to where the bilge pump connectors were fitted, the bilge pump shorted out and stopped working just when you need them the most. And the really annoying thing about this is that this isn't even a cost factor, this is a convenience factor. So these exposed connectors are put in there to make their boat building processes easier and cheaper. We were sick of what the brochures said, and then we looked at more of the safety features in the boats and discovered more really scary stuff.
So our main focus on this video is about safety. So all our past experience has made us scarily aware of how vulnerable all of us are out there on the ocean when something goes wrong.
There are 4 design features that we came across that are very common in the standard production boats, and they can sink the boat and it puts your life at risk. It certainly did ours. So many boats, it seems, are not designed to be lived on safely for years. They're designed to be able to build easily and cheaply for the market. So example 1 is that the bulkheads usually aren't watertight. This allows water to flow from any area of the boat to all of the others, and as a result puts you at risk of sinking because the boat will just fill up, lose your buoyancy and sink.
So here's how the bulkheads work. There are normally 4 bulkheads in each boat, the 2 red ones here in each hull, stopping water coming from the stern or the bow into the main area. The 2 blue ones are very important to hold up the mast and hulls, but are not watertight bulkheads, so we can just ignore these for now. While the brands say their bulkheads are watertight, if you look carefully, they often are not, because they allow water to flow from the bow under the bulkhead to the one bilge pump that is situated in the middle of the boat. While this saves having to have extra bilge pumps in each section, it also means that water can flow from either direction. If there's a hole in the bow or in the main area, the water will flow through to the other section and you will go down. Now, I have always assumed that the watertight bulkhead in the engine is completely watertight, but I horrifyingly have discovered recently that in some boats, this bulkhead also is not completely watertight and water can overflow over the top of it down into the rest of the boat. And this unfortunately has also resulted in one boat sinking mid-Atlantic as a result. In contrast, if you look at the Pportofino design, there are 4 watertight bulkheads in each hull, and they are providing 4 separate bilge pumps in each area to deal with any water should it arise. This also means if you have a serious damage like running over a reef and multiple areas of your boat are holed, you have 4 bilge pumps pumping out the water and not just 1.
The second problem is that there's only 1 bilge pump per hull because these production boats are often designed for the water to flow through from the bow of the boat or from the stern of the boat all the way into the 1 bilge pump in the middle of the boat. So 1 pump will never pump out enough water to deal with any significant hole.
So out of curiosity, I wanted to find out how much water a single bilge pump would pump. So I went looking for the specifications of a random big brand boat, and they did not actually state how many gallons per hour their bilge pumps would pump, but they did state that you could upgrade your bilge pumps to 1500 gallons per hour if you so desired. So working on 1500 gallons per hour, I wanted to work out how big a hole you needed to produce 1500 gallons per hour coming into your boat. I'm pretty good at maths, but not that good, so I put it to ChatGPT and they came up with this answer. The bottom line is 1.3 inches or 3.3 centimeters. This is a minute hole and just shows you how absolutely minimal the bilge pumps are.
So what about the next one?
Well, the other issue is that the bilge pump wiring is exposed and only a short distance above the waterline. So as soon as water comes in or if it splashes around, it shorts out the bilge pump and your bilge pump stops working. And number 4 is spade rudders. Spade rudders are built for racing boats and because they're easy and cheap for cruising boats, but they are very exposed. And the statistics that I've heard, 80% of spade rudders that are attacked by orcas render them completely inoperable or they sink the boat. Supported rudders on skegs have a much higher survival rate and get home safely. So the other problem is spade rudders, which were originally designed for racing boats, but of course have been extended into the cruising market. The main risk with these is because they're not supported under the water, they are highly vulnerable to being hit by logs, whales, or being bitten off by orcas.
Or containers.
And containers, that's right. And the scary thing is, it sinks some of those boats.
So guys, if you've found this useful and you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, subscribe. Click the like button and even the notification bell because this helps to get the video out to people that really should see it. And so what did the big brand say to you when you challenged them?
They said if there's that much water in the boat, abandon ship or buy bigger pumps that you can use in emergencies if you're not happy with the capacity of the pumps we provide. The other comment I got was that these are standard designs and CE certified, as if that stops you from sinking. I'm sorry, but it doesn't.
So that's not safety, that's cost cutting.
And it could cost us our lives and you guys your life. So the strategy here is if you're buying a boat, you should be checking out these 4 factors and if they're a risk on your boat. And if you already have a boat, then check out if you can put in some protective measures to protect your boat from these risks.
So interestingly enough, these are things that people, when they're looking at boats, don't even check out or aren't really even aware of. But these are really super important things that if you don't know about them, then you don't know about them.
And they're all hidden things. They're all things that are down in the bilges, all away. And because people just assume that the boat designers would be doing it right and doing it properly, you buy the boat with that faith. But if you are the unlucky one to be attacked by the orcas or hit that container, it's your boat that's going down. If you want to protect yourself, then you have to put things in place to do that.
Buyer beware. Even though this is about us and our video, the big picture is that this is not just for us. This is about the greater community. This is about sailors out there that haven't got the experience that John or myself have, that look at boats that don't even understand these important factors that can really mean life or death.
So this is all about getting the brands to improve the quality of the boats that they build, because all of us as a boating community are asking them and pushing them to raise the bar up to a level which is safe for the broader community when dire situations arise.
Our world is changing, and what was acceptable years ago isn't really acceptable now because there's so many new aspects of cruising that weren't a problem years ago. We've got more containers out there floating, we've got orcas doing what they do, and there seems to be more storms, whether you believe in global warming or not. There seems to be.
What we really want is for the big brands and the boat manufacturers to improve the quality of their build so that these design flaws are eliminated in the future. So come on guys, get together, push them and make it happen.
Ask the important questions.
So as we were looking for our ideal next boat, we had our wish list and we had these specific items that we wanted to be covered in the construction. And we went to as many manufacturers as we could, trying to get these features in our next boat. And the answer always came back no.
And then we found a boat builder who thought the same as us. And the aluminium design he had blew us away. Bet you can't guess who that was.
So join us in the next episode where we go through all the amazing, unique features plus the other amazing features that are going into the Pportofino that may well make this boat the best boat on the market. Big words.
Ooh.
Maybe it will. So wait till next week, go through the video, tell us if you think there are any other boats out there on the market that comes close.
So on that note, before we say goodbye, we'd just like to thank our wonderful Patreons for their support, helping us save lives almost every day. So that's it from us, guys. We'll see you next week.
All the best.
Bye.
There are 4 standard design flaws in boats. That distracted me.
Sorry.